Well, happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where it is Blue Day on the program. Did your people called my people?
Okay.
We match.
Good. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I thought so. Actually, that didn't happen. We just didn't mean to color coordinate, but we did it anyway. So, welcome. It is a beautiful Friday in downtown Jackson, Ohio. So, we hope that you enjoy our show today. Today, we have as a special guest Dr. Rick Billman, and we will be talking about, well, all kind of things, but we're going to be talking about the Lions Club today.
Right. I am the president of the Jackson Lions Club, and we have a big fundraiser tomorrow, Saturday, at Eddie Jones Park. We're having our veal sale, which is one of our main projects, our main fundraising projects that we do.
Very cool. And so you got voluntold to come talk to me today, huh? Being the president. And all.
I did, yes. I was voluntold to be here.
Well, we're happy that you're here. We're going to have a lot of fun today.
Great.
How's that?
Very good.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we do have a message to get to, and then we're going to come back. We're going to learn a little bit about the history of the Lions Club and then talk about that wonderful veal sale that's going to be going on tomorrow that you all can take advantage of and help out along the way. So we'll be right back.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back with Dr. Rick Billman, and many of you know him as Doc Billman, but or Dr. Billman along the way. You help a lot of people with their eyesight, huh?
That's my main occupation, right? That's
Other than getting voluntold to come here, right?
Right. That's true. Yeah.
And you are the president of the Lions Club as of right now.
I am the current president of the Jackson Lions Club.
That's cool.
The Lions Club was founded, believe it or not, in 1917, a long time ago.
Whoa.
By a gentleman named Melvin Jones.
Okay.
Melvin Jones was a businessman in Chicago. He had his business associates would meet for lunch once a week. And he decided instead of eating, burping, and then leaving, that they should go and do some projects to help their community. So
instead of it being a guy get together, they decided to do good along the way.
They decided to do some community projects to help their area, right? So they had a big meeting in Dallas in 1917.
Oh God!
And they formed the Lions Club. Which is a acronym for Lions Industry Our Nation Service. So it's an acronym for the Lions Club. And
I didn't know that.
And since then, Lions Club is just one of the many local service organizations that are in Jackson and all over the world. It's a world organization that there's clubs all over everywhere. And they all concentrate on doing projects to improve their communities in different ways. And so our Jackson Lions Club was founded in 1932.
Okay.
So that's a long time ago, too.
It is, yes.
And we've had many local people over the years. We have many different projects over the years. One of the main goals of Lions Club was the eyesight and vision. In 1925, the author and activist Helen Keller attended a convention in Sandusky, Ohio in
it was in Ohio.
1925, right?
Fun.
And she challenged the Lions Club to be knights for the blind in the crusade against darkness. So since then, the Lions Club has had a vision care focus. as one of their main projects. And locally in Jackson, we have programmed to supply eyeglasses and examinations for vision for low-income individuals. We also do preschool vision screenings. We go into the preschools, and we've done that already this year.
Really? Okay.
And also, our club focuses on helping individuals who have maybe some special needs, special visual needs. We can do that too. Our club also supports statewide projects. There's the Ohio Lions Eye Research Foundation, which is we support multiple vision research hospitals and universities throughout the state of Ohio, like Ohio State, University of Cincinnati Children's Hospital, Case Western Reserve Children's Hospital, places like that, that they do research on preventing blinding eye diseases. Like a big research now is with diabetes. Diabetes can very much adversely affect people's vision, and there's all kind of scientific research being done to try to find the causes of that problem, and new medicines available to prevent and to help cure those type of issues. And so our club helps support the Ohio Lions Eye Research Foundation. Also, there's the Lions Eye Bank in Columbus, which provides donor corneas for patients who have corneal problems. The cornea is the clear part of the front of the eye, and there's different pathologies that can occur with that for different reasons, trauma or disease. And the Lions Eye Bank provides donor corneas for those purposes. And when you sign your donor card at the license bureau, one of the things that can be taken is corneas. And they're very valuable, and there's a set procedure of how you remove those. But those are very valuable tissues, and there's a procedure and a protocol to how those are saved and reused and things like that. So that's one of the other main statewide projects that the Lions Club statewide does.
Wow.
But locally, I want to today to promote our Lions veal sale, which we have about once or twice a year.
So
it's at Eddie Jones Park. It's tomorrow, Saturday, October the 18th, from 11 to 5. It's at the Farmer Sportsman's Building.
Yep.
And we're going to have veals for sale. It's been a very popular fundraiser in the past. And we hope everyone would like to come out tomorrow and buy a veal. All of our proceeds tomorrow are going to be used for our local vision care products, vision care services, things like that.
Okay. And here's the thing, what I can just envision people coming out, grabbing some veals. You can go home and watch the Buckeyes.
That's right. Definitely.
That's some good football food right there.
That is. That's a good time. Yes.
Heck yeah. All right. So there has been, you probably don't know this. There has been controversy in the past over the Lions Club veal sale. Do you know that?
What controversy is that?
Exactly. How can there be controversy about it? It has to do with the toppings.
The toppings?
Yes. What toppings will be available tomorrow at the Lions Club veal sale? Because we got on the subject one day. I don't even remember who was here, but then we all got into a big argument about, not really, a fun-filled argument about what toppings should be on veals and what toppings that the Lions Club will be offering at the moment. Am I putting you on the spot?
No, not at all.
Do you know?
We have pickles, which are in individual little plastic containers.
Yes.
So we have those, and
as you should.
Veals with pickles, you can't beat that. And of course, we have
Thank you.
individual packages of ketchup and mayonnaise and mustard, whatever people want. We don't have any onions.
How about lettuce and tomato?
We don't do lettuce and tomato.
Okay.
Just pickles and ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise. Those type of things are what we have on the toppings.
Which is all
Yes.
that you need, and I don't care what any of you all say. The controversy spun around the lettuce and the tomato. And I'm like, no, because you eat veals with pickles and mustard.
Well, some people like that and some people don't. So
That's the only way to eat them.
I should clarify our veals are actually pork tenderloin.
Yes.
Yeah, so
The Jackson County veal.
Jackson County veals.
Yes.
There's a little bit of a blurred image about that aspect of things, but our we're Jackson County veals are pork tenderloin.
Yes, they are, and only in Jackson, Ohio, do you call a pork tenderloin sandwich a veal.
Right.
I was telling you
Right.
off the air, I had a couple in the other day to the tap room, and they were traveling through, and I was trying to explain to them about that, and they were just like not getting it. And I was like, listen, it's just a Jackson thing. You just gotta just go with it.
It's just a Jackson County thing, right?
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
a Jackson County
That's
thing.
right.
I don't know why it's called a veal. I have no idea, but it is, and it's pork. So don't get your panties in a wad about it.
That's right.
If you're
That's
an
right.
animal advocate or a little veal calf
That's right.
advocate or whatever. All right, well, you got to blurt it out. How do you eat your veals then?
Well, I like my veals with pickles only. That's my favorite way to eat veals.
No, like
I may even get an extra packet of pickles if I like extra pickles on my veal.
Okay, I could get down.
Yeah.
I could get down with that. It's
Yeah.
just the ketchup aspect that I have an issue with.
Okay, all right, very good. I should ask or add some of the other projects that the Lions Club performs in Jackson.
For sure.
Many of you have seen during holidays, July 4th, Labor Day, Memorial Day, all the flags that are around Jackson. You've probably seen those, haven't you?
Like outside of businesses.
Outside of businesses and homes. Well, the Jackson Lions Club, that is one of our other main projects. We have over 100 flags we put out every holiday, maybe like 6 or 7 holidays a year.
That's so
in our town, we have a place we store our flags. We have 3 or 4 crews that will load the flags up in their trucks. They have routes, and they have put the flags in front of businesses and individual homes. And I just think that makes our town look so much nicer.
It does.
And it really adds some class and some individuality to our town when you see the flags up during the holidays. How
do you sign up for that?
Well, there's a form that you fill out. I believe the cost is maybe, I think it's $30 a year, and that's for 7 or 8 flag setups during the year.
Yeah.
And you can just contact me or other members of our club, and we would take care of you for that. Yes. There are, if you look around town, uptown particularly, there are mounts in the sidewalks that's where we place our flags. And they're little metal mounts that are into the brick in the sidewalks, and that's where we place our flags during the holidays.
Okay. Very good. So if you want to sign up individually or as a business, get a hold of a Lions Club member, because I'm with you. I think just as like when you drive into Oak Hill during the festival, flags and the streets are aligned with the flags, or our parks are aligned with the flags. You know, you drive into town and you see them, and it just is so charming. And
I think really adds class to our community.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. Some other projects we do, we have a care closet in which we provide clothing for children who have had adverse situations, house fires, things like that.
Okay.
We also have a bear project. One of our members um, does a wonderful job in creating stuffed bear animals.
They are so
Have
cute.
you seen those?
Yes.
Yes. So we provide those for the children who have a situation in which they need something like that.
Sure.
And other projects that we do, including I mentioned the preschool vision screening and the flags and the Care Bear project. So we have other things that are interesting that we try to help our community at. One thing that we did I thought was really nice. The new group home on Pearl Street,
Sure.
there by the PNC Bank, has a brand new flagpole. And the Lions Club sponsored that flagpole. We pay for the flagpole and the setting up of it. And there's a little plaque underneath it. And I think that really adds
That is cool.
some class to their building over there.
Yeah, absolutely. And, when you come and buy a veal tomorrow, these are the things that you're supporting.
That's
all of
right.
the good that this club is doing.
That's right. We have about 30 to 40 members in our club now. We meet once a month in Jackson, and we do. We usually have a light dinner, and then we go ahead with our meeting and projects.
Where do you all meet?
There's a little church. If you drive out toward Jackson Heights and you go past what used to be Gillespie's and take the first left turn, if you drive on that street, there's a little church back in that area, and that's where we meet, back in that church back there.
Okay, and when is that?
We meet the first Wednesday of every month.
Okay.
At like 6:30, and our meeting lasts an hour or so, and then we're done. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not. I mean, it's a club that you can join where you're not having to live the club.
Right.
Sometimes
Right.
they get a little overwhelming.
All of us are busy and have other activities to do, but our Lions Club, we feel, adds a lot to our community, and that's our intent. Yeah.
I think so too. And I remember I was talking to you off the air about my great uncle, or Uncle Lewis Long, and being a very active member of the Lions Club. And as a little girl, I remember we went through the broom sales and all the stuff, different fundraisers and things like this. But now you get to eat veals.
Yeah. Over the years, the Lions Club has had different types of fundraisers. We did Cracker Jack. We did light bulbs.
Light bulbs cracks me up because you couldn't do that today.
We couldn't do that today. We had brooms, and as a matter of fact, we may have a few brooms at our location tomorrow. So if you need a really high quality broom, stop by and see us tomorrow.
Oh, you might have some brooms,
I think we may have some brooms over there too.
Really?
And also, people can bring their used eyeglasses. That's another thing we do.
Yes.
Is that over the years, you may have accumulated some eyeglasses that we use those. You can bring them to us. We box them up. And what we do is we send them up normally to the Ohio State University College of Optometry. And they have different programs where they categorize and read the prescriptions off the glasses, bag them up, and then they have different organizations that travel to other countries that don't have vision services.
Wow.
And they do examinations. One such agency is called VOSH, VOSH, and that's Volunteer Optometrist Student to Society. And they travel to maybe Mexico or other places and take all those used glasses with them. They do vision exams on those folks that may never see a vision care specialist.
Wow.
And they look in their box and they figure what prescription the patients need, and then they would give them the glasses. So those glasses are recycled, and if you have extra used glasses, please bring them to us tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that that's amazing. You were talking about the preschool screenings, and I've talked about it here on the show. I didn't know I couldn't see. You don't know you can't see until you can see. Right?
That's
And
right.
every child, in my opinion, should be offered an eye screening. Because you can't learn and you can't do the work that you're supposed to do if you can't see.
That's true. A lot of children, if they have blurred vision, don't know they have blurred vision.
You don't
Yeah.
until you can see.
And that definitely inhibits learning, that's for sure. So one of the things, I know that there is a program in the schools now, in Jackson City schools, to do some vision screening with some of the elementary children. And there is also a glasses program available for them now.
As there should be.
But there should be, which is great. And then what we do is we do the preschools, and we've gone to all the preschools in the county pretty much. And
how do you screen preschoolers? Is that like herding
well,
cats?
well, it's a challenge, but we have a very nice preschool screening instrument that we use. And it takes a lot of information in a short amount of time.
There you go. That's what you would have to do, right?
So, and we can determine with this vision screener that we use if there's a problem. And if there is a problem, then we explain to the patient and recommend a referral to a vision specialist. And if there's not a problem, we tell them that too. So, but the instrument that we use is very good. It checks for crossed eyes. It checks for prescription. It checks for a lot of things that are important when you are dealing with young children like that.
Yeah, and as somebody that was one of those kids that didn't know they couldn't see until I actually had a teacher, because I kept messing up assignments that she was writing on the board.
Right.
And she finally wrote on one of the bottom of my paper, "Do you need glasses?" Like,
yeah.
And
yeah.
So Mom took me to get screened, and yes, I couldn't see. And of course, Mom felt awful about it, but it wasn't her fault. Like, you just don't assume that that there's something wrong.
Yeah.
And it was incredible when I could see. How much different things turned out.
Right.
So
yeah,
and I mean, I'm sure that you see that daily. And again, everybody should be able to have those screenings and be able to see. And the Lions Club, that certainly is a goal of theirs.
That's one of our service club's history and long focused goal is taking the recommendation of Helen Keller back in 1925.
Who was an incredible individual, by the way. Unbelievable.
If you want to know an interesting history and an interesting person, everyone should read her autobiography, because from what her bringing up was and her family to what she became is just amazing. And she's really been a wonderful mentor for the Lions Club when she was alive during the years there. And so we've taken her recommendation and her challenge, and over the many years, all the Lions Clubs throughout the world, including Jackson, has went ahead and had vision care as one of their main projects.
And I do remember there used to be like little places around town. I know you could bring your eyeglasses and drop them off. Are there still places like that?
Yeah, we still have some eyeglass collection boxes. They're located in different places around town. I should have brought that list with me this morning, but I didn't.
Well, that's okay. But if you see that, that's why. That's what that's for.
That's what that's for. And you can put your used glasses in there, and we collect them, and then we process them like we described before. Send them up to the optometry college at Ohio State, and they read the prescriptions and bag them up and use them. Right.
So there's actually a way to take, because I mean, if I gave you an old pair of glasses, I'm not going to know what the prescription is.
Right.
So you have the ability to be able to read the prescription, what those glasses are.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, whether they're they're nearsighted prescription or farsighted prescriptions, we have the ability to read that. And then, of course, during our examination process, we can determine what the patient's prescription is. And if they go to Mexico or to Peru or Panama or some places like that, the professional would determine the patient's prescription, be it nearsighted, farsighted, whatever, and they have all those donated glasses read already, and they just look in their box and find one.
Match them up to the person.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And again, not being able to see is not okay.
It's very important. It helps the quality of life for most everybody. Helps kids to do better in school, and really, if you have one, that's one of the things with being able to function, drive, do computer work, any kind of activities. Vision is a very important sense to be able to have adequate and be able to use that to perform what you need to do.
I was just sitting here thinking, as an eye doctor, which you are, and the president of the Lions Club, which is very fitting, it seems, considering they focus on eyesight. What are the challenges that you see people facing with their eyes? And is it geographical, or what are the main things that problems, I guess, that you see
systemically, at least around our area, the disease diabetes.
You mentioned diabetes. I wondered if that
really really significant. There's a lot of folks in our area that have diabetes.
And how does that affect your eyesight?
Well, it affects it different ways.
Okay.
One of the most significant ways is that with diabetes, the blood vessels inside the eye become more permeable, meaning that instead of the blood and the tissue fluid staying in the eye blood vessels, diabetes causes the tissue fluid and the blood to leak out through the vessel wall.
Oh my.
And that causes blood to accumulate in the retinal cells, the rods and ganglion cells of the retina. And if enough of that leaks out, that starts to adversely affect the normal operation of the retinal cells.
Okay.
And so that's one of the main adverse effects of diabetes, is that visually, is that you have bleeding or hemorrhaging into the retina.
Whoa.
And
that sounds horrible.
Well, there's different stages of it. But that's one of the main difficulties with it.
And does that happen slowly over time?
Normally it does happen slowly.
Because I know so many people over the years have said, oh, I have diabetes, and I'm not, whatever, it's fine. I can see and it's fine. And then the next thing you know, 5 years from now or 6 years from now, they're having eye trouble.
Yeah, diabetes can initially cause blurred vision, but as it progresses and gets worse, you have the hemorrhages get bigger. Sometimes the back of a person's eye will fill completely with blood.
Oh my gosh.
And that definitely inhibits their vision. Sometimes at the end stage, there'll be a scar forming over the area of the retina that the light rays focus in.
Oh my goodness.
And that people with that have permanent vision loss. End stage eye problems with diabetes, you can have detached retinas and all kind of real serious eye health issues. So that's why if you're a diabetic, you need to have a vision screening with the dilated fundus at least once a year.
It's
really important.
It's very important.
Yeah. As the population ages now, there is also an eye disease called macular degeneration.
I've heard of that.
That's been even with the TV ads now. There's some ads about that, and that also, there's two different kinds of macular degeneration. One is a dry kind, which there is no bleeding. The other is a wet kind, which is very similar to the diabetic bleeding, where you have new fragile blood vessels that grow into the area of the retina that you see with, and these are very fragile and they bleed very easily.
Oh.
So with the wet form of macular degeneration, you have the bleeding into the eye, similar like you do with the diabetic. Fortunately, now there's some wonderful medicines that help to prevent the bleeding into the eye.
What causes that?
It's just with diabetes is that the blood vessel wall becomes more permeable, and you have the blood leaking out through the vessels. With macular degeneration, you have very fragile, fine vessels that grow into the retina from underneath. And those are very fragile, and they hemorrhage very easily. They break apart, and they bleed very easily.
We don't want either of those things to happen.
You don't want any of those to happen. No. But there are some medicines now that the medical eye people will inject directly into your eyeball. It sounds pretty bad to have a needle going right into your eyeball.
I don't know about that.
But those medicines are wonderful in that they help to prevent the bleeding and help to prevent any further occurrence of vision loss with patients with diabetes and macular degeneration.
So tell me, when I go to the eye doctor and they are the first thing they do is put the poof thing in your eyeball. And then there's like a barn or something that you're looking at. Is that what are those things?
Well,
while you're here,
while I'm here,
why is that annoying poof have to happen?
The air puff. Well, there is a test that most all eye care professionals during your examination do a measurement of your eye pressure. Eye pressure is a standard measurement that all offices do during an eye vision examination.
Okay.
And the air puff is just one machine, one instrument that will measure.
The most annoying machine, by the way.
Well, I don't do the air puff anymore in my office.
You don't? Okay.
I have another instrument that I use that I feel is better, and it's more patient friendly than what the air puff is. Right. That's exactly why I don't do it anymore. So, but that measures the eye pressure.
Okay.
And eye pressure is one of the tests that we do. High eye pressure could be a sign of the eye disease glaucoma, and that's why the pressure is always checked during an eye examination.
And what does glaucoma do? While you're here, and I have you to ask questions.
Sure, that's fine. What glaucoma does is the high eye pressure over time will have adverse effect on the optic nerve fibers that run through your eye. All of the retinal cells are connected to nerve fibers, and they run through the retina of the eye, and they exit out the optic nerve of your eye. And what high eye pressure does over time is that it degrades and causes deformation of the optic nerve fibers.
Okay.
And that causes basically a loss of your peripheral vision. Ooh. So if you look at something straight ahead, you can still see around that area. But the peripheral vision with glaucoma shrinks down a lot.
Okay.
And that causes vision loss and adverse function.
That you can do for that as well?
Well, if your eye pressure is too high, there are medicine eye drops that optometrists can prescribe to lower the eye pressure. The normal eye pressure is from 10 to 21. That's just the two numbers. If your eye pressure is higher than that, along with some other testing, there are eye drops that people use to reduce the eye pressure.
Gotcha.
The eye drops usually work in one or two different ways. One way is to limit the production of the intraocular fluid. The eye fluid is constantly being produced by cells inside the eye and has to drain out.
Okay.
So one medicine would inhibit or slow down the production of the aqueous fluid inside the eye. The other way is to enlarge the drainage angle or the drainage duct so the fluid passes out of your eye better.
Gotcha. Okay.
And when people age, the elderly population, the fluid sometimes doesn't drain out of the eye as rapidly as it can.
So
One thing
you need to get your eyes checked, folks.
One thing I would like to talk about also is that right now in the Ohio State Legislature, our association has a new practice management enhancement bill. And just a couple of days ago, we had a proponent presentation in front of the Ohio Senate Health Committee.
Okay.
And we feel, our association, the Ohio Optometric Association, feels that we need to have some additional skills given to us to help us take care of our patients better. This is an additional practice management. It allows us to do some minor, very minor surgeries on the eyelids and a few other things that would help our patients. We have training for that. We have gone to school. All the new students that are in optometry school at Ohio State and other schools have this training now. And we feel that this is a very important advance to provide extra special and additional care for our patients in Ohio.
Okay.
So, like I said, we had a proponent presentation in front of the Ohio Senate Health Committee yesterday or earlier this week, and we are hoping that when it comes time for a vote, that the Ohio Senate Health Committee would vote this bill out of their committee to the regular Ohio Senate. There's some opposition to our bill, so they have their presentation, I think, next week. So after all these presentations are being done, the Senate Health Committee will vote. And we hope, our association hopes, and I hope that the Senate Health Committee will pass our bill, because this bill will definitely provide additional services for our patients in our particular area here in Jackson County, as well as throughout Ohio.
What would the opposition be? Why would anyone say, I don't want you to help your patients more? Other than it's government and without getting into all that.
Well, the Ohio Ophthalmological Association, which is the medical eye professionals, they have some problems with our bill, and so they are going to give an opponent testimony about our bill. Like I said, probably next week. So, not to get into politics too much here, but they are probably their association doesn't want us to be able to do these additional procedures.
I see. I understand. I smell what you're cooking.
Let's just leave it at that.
I smell what you're cooking. I gotcha. Well, very good. And this has been so fun talking with you today, because it does tie in back to what the Lions Club is certainly focused on.
Right. We want everybody to come out to our veal sale.
Yes.
Also, our club is always looking for new members.
Yes.
If you wanted to participate in our club, in our service club, to help our community improve in different aspects, please contact me, or you can contact me through my office or our Lions Club member. Also, if you have used eyeglasses, you can bring them into my office. I have vision care applications for vision care. If you are a low-income individual and need to have a vision care eyeglasses or examination for you or your children, stop by my office. We will give you an application to fill out. It's a very short application.
Love that.
And we're very hopeful to help other folks in Jackson to have vision care, to promote vision care and to get people have healthy eyes.
And you are exactly right about that, because everybody should be able to see if possible.
Very important, yes.
And it's not okay for money or something to stand in the way of that.
That's right. There are programs that we have and other programs that help individuals if they have a particular visual need. Just let us know.
See? So now you've learned all kind of stuff today, right?
That's right.
So I was going to ask you, I was sitting here thinking, I know you're doing the veal sale tomorrow. What is the time again?
The time is 11 to 5 at the Farmer Sportsman Building at Eddie Jones Park.
Yep. Now, do you sell other things besides the Jackson County veals?
We have pop and water and maybe some brooms. That's all we sell tomorrow.
Brooms. So it is almost Halloween. They're cheaper than a car, right? You can ride your broom around.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
No, very good. So how long have you been in the Lions Club?
Personally, well, after I graduated from Ohio State, I came back to Jackson to work about 1979.
A few years
ago. So my father was a member of the Lions Club, and plus having the vision orientation was a natural fit for me to join the Lions Club. So I've enjoyed it over the years, and we have a lot of fun. And a really good group of people. Yeah.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in joining the Lions Club, doing good for the community, helping people see better.
That's right.
Get a hold of a member. Cheryl here now is a member. Dr. Billman is a member. Many, many other folks are as well. Do you all have a social media page or anything that people can check out?
We have a Facebook page.
Okay.
Yes. Jackson Lions Club.
Oh, tagged it in the comments? All right. So it's tagged in the comments. So.
All right.
Well, very good. Well, is there anything else you wanted to tell our viewers while you're here?
Just come out to our veal sale tomorrow. Everyone loves veals. Once again, it's a Jackson County veal, which means it's pork tenderloin.
Yes, absolutely.
So don't want any confusion about that. So I would just we so much appreciate all the people that stop by and bought our veals in the past. We really appreciate that. And thank the community for supporting us with all our different projects that we do.
That's absolutely right. And thank you for supporting the community.
You're welcome.
Yep. All right. Well, Dr. Rick Billman, we thank you for stopping by today. It was really fun talking with you. And anytime you have something going on with the Lions, let us know.
All right. Very good. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we do have a message or two, and then we'll be back with Pete Wilson and some news.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
All right, and we are back with Pete Wilson, and he has his red shirt on. We all know what that means, and I'm sure we'll get to that in a moment.
We will get to that, but on the way there, let's cover some other news, Jennifer.
Sure.
This is kind of sporty, I guess, even though it'll end up being on our front page on Saturday. Pickleball has come to Wellston.
Woohoo!
Of course, we know how popular that it is in Jackson, and Oak Hill has a pickleball court down there at the pool. But this is a picture that was taken on Tuesday by Jeremiah Shaver, and that was the ribbon cutting ceremony dedicating the new pickleball court at Blamer Park. For those who do not know, the non-Wellstonians, Blamer Park is on the south end of Wellston on South New York Avenue. So it's not where a lot of the recreational ball games and soccer and all that take place near the high school campus there off State Route 327. And one of Mayor Brenner's objectives was to build up and improve Blamer Park, and that has certainly happened.
Awesome.
Not only with the pickleball court, with what came before it, but we'll review here in just a minute, but that is Mayor Brenner showing his pickleball hitting form. And I was at the city council meeting last night, and by the way, that's on the background watching is instructor Nancy Jolly. We remember Nancy, Jackson High School graduate, now living there near Hamden, and was the owner-operator. Maybe he still is the owner-operator of the convenience store there in Hamden, gas and stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. Mayor Brenner supposedly won the pickleball match, but a couple of the girls that he took on want a rematch. So we'll see about that.
On.
But as far as the pickleball court, Mayor Brenner thanked the Jackson County Commissioners because some CDBG money that the commissioners control was allocated to Wellston so they could do these improvements. But the improvements were they resurfaced the whole area there. There was a basketball court. I think in past years it was a tennis court, but now it's a pickleball court. They're on opposite ends, pickleball on one end, basketball on the other end with a new surface there. So very nice. And it will, in addition to the pickleball court, they have a new fencing and new lighting there. So, you can play at night if the weather allows. And the council people were there, some folks representing Governor DeWine, United States Senator Houston, Jackson County Economic Development Partnership. They were all there to celebrate this fact.
Blue was there, I saw.
Blue was there. And
I wonder if he played pickleball.
Blue didn't play pickleball as far as I know, but he rolled on the court. He approves of the surface.
Okay,
all right?
Good deal.
So anyway, Mayor Brenner very happy with the improved facilities there. And what happened before that was even a bigger project. I think we reported that earlier. Some state capital money was used to make some state-of-the-art playground equipment at Blamer Park. Remember that?
Cool.
Just out of this world playground equipment.
Really cool.
Very nice. And so Blamer Park has come a long way. They also have a baseball diamond there as well. All right, another big thing that happened, of course, was the two-pronged event at the Jackson City Library on Tuesday evening celebrating the 50th anniversary of the library being in that site.
That's right.
And also the Discovery Garden. There is Library Director Roger Donaldson. Hasn't he done a great job?
Oh, my goodness,
since he's taken over the library from other former directors who also did a great job. Roger stepped right in and built on everything that they had done. But he is standing in front of the Discovery Garden. There you get a little bit better look at the Discovery Garden. A lot of folks probably haven't seen this because it's kind of hidden from view behind the library building. If you recall the building there, Sue's Styling Salon was there.
Yes.
Little brick building where
that.
There was the beauty shop. Well, that has been torn down, and there is now this beautiful Discovery Garden where some outdoor learning projects will be able to take place. Things you can't do indoors, and things the library couldn't do if they didn't have this space. And that was made possible through a grant. And as far as the 50 years goes, the library in 1975 moved from the Memorial Building to the building that used to be Schaefer's Supermarket. I bet you're not old enough to remember that one, are you?
I'm not, but I do. Roger told the story here and talked about Phyllis Handley and how integral she was in getting that move kind of started.
Right. And, the libraries, in the state of Ohio don't have a whole lot of money. They get some state money, but they just have to, operate on a shoestring. And I truly believe that all of our local libraries in all of our local communities in Jackson and Vinton County just do a great job,
They do.
not only with their base service of, providing reading material, but doing a lot of outreach community things
got
and
it.
events. But anyway, we'll have very big coverage about the new pickleball court and the improvements to Blamer Park and the Jackson City Library's big event in next Saturday's paper.
Very
Okay,
cool.
this one is one that emerged. This story emerged from last night's Wellston City Council meeting. I was there to cover that. We recall that Brittany Arthur, who had been the Wellston City treasurer, stepped down effective October 2nd, gave 2 weeks notice, so there wasn't a lot of time to replace her. Well, that officially happened yesterday. The new Wellston City treasurer is Amanda Peterson. Amanda is a Wellston resident, well known in the community. She is a real estate agent at Donna Summers Realty, and she will start next Monday. She was not at the council meeting last night, but Mayor Brenner did swear her into office earlier in the day, so she will take over starting Monday. Wellston has a new treasurer. In Saturday's paper, there's another thing I want to point you out to, and I tell you what, to be very honest, if we look at issues that involve Jackson and Vinton counties and our local schools, there isn't anything probably more important in the paper than this. And this is not a news story. This is an ad in the form of a letter to the community written by all the superintendent of schools from Jackson, Vinton, and Gallia counties addressing the state funding situation and how that affects, our Appalachian schools down
You are
here.
not kidding.
Right. Well, what they decided to do is in one voice, in a very, may I say, well-written letter that is on the back page of our paper on Saturday. You can see it. It'll be on page B6. I wrote a front page promo for it because I don't want people to skip by it. I don't want them to see it. I know that it's comes across almost every 2 years, sometimes more often than that. Doesn't look real good for school funding in the future, and then it seems to always get fixed and they go on. I'm telling you,
Not this time.
This potentially is the most serious situation that I've encountered on the school funding, at least in a long time. And we already know for the Jackson City School District, they are in line to put an earned income tax issue on the ballot probably next May. Some of the particulars still have to work out, but that is on track. And that is because the state school funding was not as great as they first projected.
Or promised.
Or I guess
promised could be the word.
I guess you could say that the Fair School Funding Plan was a commitment made in a past state budget, and they did not live up to that fact as far as funding. Whether you agree or disagree, but more money being put into vouchers for parents who want to do private education. Of course, the $6 million for the Browns Stadium, which has some people shaking their heads. Maybe not the Browns fans, but some people shaking their heads, and also enrollment. Enrollment affects school funding that come back to the local districts, and the fact is that enrollment is declining in all of our local districts. So they count the heads and they figure school funding on that. So that already hurts. But there's a thing called the guarantee that keeps local school districts from losing too much of the money because of that, because they still have to operate the school,
Absolutely.
even though there might be 50 less students or whatever. But things are changing there. And also there's the talk about making what they call it the state property tax reform. Now, that sounds great if you're a property tax payer, but if you're a local school district who isn't getting as much state funding and you depend on local funding from property taxes, and then you're not going to get as much because they're going to maybe change the rules about property tax. Now, all that hasn't happened yet, but it's in the works.
It's in the works, for
It's
sure.
in the works. So there's that hanging over the local school districts too, and that is addressed in this letter. So anyway, just please be responsible and read this letter. I'm sure they're putting out some other ways. I'm guessing it's going to be in all the local papers in our 3 counties, but it will be in our paper on B6, page B6, which is the back page of our second section.
Okay.
Please take the time to read that.
Gotcha.
All right. So what else do we have? Speaking of politics, because that's politics right there a little bit, because the superintendents are basically writing that to the citizenry. But you know what? I think they're writing that to the legislators and state
I
government
think so.
too, trying to get their attention. But on Saturday, Vinton County is going to host what is called a Day of Action. It's going to be right downtown there at the corner of right in the where the traffic light is by the courthouse at the corner of Main and Market State Route 93 and 50. And there's going to be, I think they did this last year. It's going to be called a Day of Action, and it was announced by Vinton County Democratic Party Chair Bill Beckley. Put out a news release to the paper, I'm sure to other media as well. And this is a chance. He calls it nonpartisan, and it's a chance to demonstrate there with signs peaceably. And, you know, if you've got a complaint about what your federal, state, or local government, I suppose, is doing, and you want to send the message that we don't like what you're doing, here is your chance to protest.
Okay.
And you know, that's part of the democratic process. So anybody can come. There's an email that was printed in the paper and that is online now. We ran this in Wednesday's paper. You can say that you're coming, but you don't have to. You can just walk up. So that is tomorrow. The time is, I didn't tell you the time, it is from 11 to 1 p.m.
Okay.
11 to 1 p.m. right there in the middle of downtown MacArthur, a day of action. If you want to read more about that, we've got that story posted online, and it was in Wednesday's paper. Foothills Art Festival is going on.
It is.
Right. It actually starts today, and I think it will start at 10 o'clock, go to 7 o'clock, also Saturday, 10 to 7, and then Sunday, 12 to 5 at the Parks Edge Event Center. Again, such a lovely venue for a big event like that.
Yes, it is.
About 189 pieces of art from more than 60 artists. They had their preview reception last night, and we can announce some of the winners. On Monday, we will try to show you some of the great works of art. But the top winners were Savannah Found of Richmondale, had an oil painting labeled Stuffings. That is best of show.
Okay.
I think they have this. I wasn't there last night because I was covering a council meeting, but I believe they usually have those top entries
like
up there on the stage. Right.
Yeah.
And the Patricia Best Ely Award for Most Creative was won by Angie Terry of Chillicothe for an applique embroidery. And artists were awarded in 3 different categories as far as age, or not age, but status: professional, amateur, and youth. And they were divided into 2D and 3D categories.
Cool.
So it's free. You don't have to pay to get in. Plenty of parking there. That's at the Parks Edge Event Center this weekend.
Yep.
This evening at Manpower Park, right next door to Park Edge Event Center, there will be a free recovery picnic that's conducted by the Jackson County Post-Overdose Response Team. That will be from 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. This is the 5th year they've done that. It will be a picnic at the park. There will be hamburgers and hot dogs served. It's free. The event will feature stories of recovery. Evan Brown will be a special guest singer at the event. Members of the public are encouraged to bring their own chairs. There is no fee to attend. However, they will accept donations because everything costs money to do something like this.
You got
so
it.
that is this evening from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Manpower Park. Of course, Mr. Billman already told us about the veal sale.
Yes.
Remember, that's at the Farmer Sportsman from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. tomorrow. The Farmer Sportsman booth there on Veterans Drive. Legion Post 371 in Wellston they do so much community events, especially for the youth. They are going to have a Halloween party on Saturday for area youth. The festive event will feature 2 separate parties for different age groups from 12 to 2. Children up to the age of 12 are invited to enjoy a fun-filled afternoon with food, games, and a costume contest. Prizes will be awarded. Later that evening, teenagers 13 to 16 hit the dance floor from 6 to 8 for a teen dance party featuring music by DJ Blake. Now, all this is free, done as a service by the Legion. That's at the Legion Post on South Pennsylvania Avenue in Wellston.
Fun.
All right. Okay, we turn to sports. The Jackson boys soccer team had a great season, and it continued last night. There they are at Alumni Stadium, and all they did last night, Jennifer, is they won their first tournament game. They beat Circleville by a score of 4-0.
Nice.
And this is what they are now. They won the Frontier Athletic Conference Championship, didn't lose a game. They are now 15 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie on the season.
Wow.
The 15 wins ties the record for the most wins in a season. and also Lee Lord, who is the coach. I think we have a shot of him. There he is. We got to give that man credit. He's been the
Yes,
soccer
definitely.
coach for a while. Does a great job, and this is one of his.
Okay. All right. So we're back.
Yes, and I think we were talking about the boys soccer team.
Mm-hmm.
They will play in case if we lost touch there. They will play Fairfield Union this Tuesday evening up at Logan High School, at that
Okay.
beautiful stadium there, Chieftain Stadium, at 7 p.m. That is basically the semifinals for the district. Two other teams will be playing in another game that night. Other teams that played in tournament action last night who lost, but we want to acknowledge that. The Vinton County girls volleyball team that won their first game lost last night to top-seeded Gallia Academy in straight games, but every one of them was fairly close. So congratulations to Coach Caitlin Carp and her team for a pretty good season. And the Wellston boys soccer team, coached by Mayor Anthony Brenner, lost at Albany Alexander. And Albany Alexander has an outstanding team. So the boys soccer team for Wellston came to an end. Football. Got the red shirt on, and this is important too. I know I'm just now getting to it at 10:01 p.m. or 10:01 a.m., but the Jackson Ironmen and the Miami Trace Panthers are playing tonight at Miami Trace.
Big
and
game.
There is no doubt that the FAC, the Frontier Athletic Conference title, is on the line. There's 2 games left in the conference season, and neither of these teams has lost a game in the conference. Miami Trace has not lost a game at all this season.
Uh-oh.
8 wins and no losses, and they are gunning for Jackson. They've always had a good team, but they've never been able to beat the Ironmen that I can remember since the Frontier Athletic Conference started. I think I'm correct on that, but they would like to end that. The Ironmen, who have lost 2 games this year to 2 great teams, Iron and Wheelersburg, are playing very well of lately, so something has to give when they play tonight. Whoever wins the game tonight will clinch at least a share of the title, and then the other team that loses will have to win the last week and scoreboard watch to see how the other one does in their last game. Jackson's last game is against Chillicothe, which is very good as well.
Yeah. Oof.
So that game will be on the air tonight, and I think that the high school streaming team will be streaming that game as well. Not Total Media, but the high school streaming team will have that on the stream, the video stream.
Oh, okay.
Because the JHS media team does some streams on their own as well, even though we have a partnership with them.
Yep.
Also, the Wellston Golden Rockets will be at home tonight against Meigs for their final TVC Ohio for the second to last TVC Ohio game and the last home game against the Marauders. The Oak Hill Oaks will be at Portsmouth West in an SOC Division II matchup, and the Vinton County Vikings, who beat River Valley last week, remember, they will play undefeated Nelsonville York on the road. So some tough matchups for our local teams. All those games on the radio, of course.
Of course.
Video streamed. The Wellston game will be video streamed by Total Media because it's a home game. And as I said, the JHS media team, I believe, will be video streaming the Jackson-Miami Trace game. And I believe that the commentary of our broadcast crew will be the audio for that.
Okay.
Also, the Rio Grande Redmond will be back home. That means a home is Alumni Stadium, remember, in Jackson. That's at 3:30 p.m. against Union Commonwealth. So there you are, Jennifer. I'm sorry about running over 3 minutes.
Oh, you are totally fine. Sorry about the little glitch in our hiccup in our giddy up there with our system, but it's computers. So what do you do?
Right. What can you do? Ride the pony.
That's right. So, Pete, thank you for stopping by, and thank you for Dr. Billman stopping by, telling everybody to get out and buy some Jackson County veals tomorrow. Support the Lions Club. Support the awareness and also the help that they do with eyesight. It's very, very important.
Right, and I tell you what, we remember the Lions Club. The same thing happened with the Rotary Club. One of their big fundraisers, probably, I'm guessing the biggest fundraiser, was the Apple Festival booth. And times have changed, and membership on the service clubs, unfortunately, have dwindled.
Makes it rough.
And that it's too big of a project to do, so they count on other projects they've come up with. This is one that the Lions Club does. So by all means, go out and support. You got to eat lunch anyway, right?
Exactly. And what better to eat during watching the Buckeyes or whatever than a veal, right?
Get a sack of veals and watch the Buckeyes at 3:30 p.m. That'll be on WYRO, I think, radio at Wisconsin.
Good deal. All right. Well, have a great day, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. pretty weather in the forecast, honestly. A little bit of rain maybe tomorrow, but for the most part, pretty good. So we'll see you back here on Monday. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye-bye.